No, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much, MEC Mukua, for the attendance and the necessary cooperation that we have received from the colleagues. But I just want to start, before I do my concluding remarks, just to raise 6 to 7 issues based on the discussions. But maybe before I go there, let me speak about attendance. The attendance is satisfactory. But yesterday we were here and some mayors could not account to the absence of their municipal managers. And at least all MECs who were here, their HODs were here. And they could account for one who was absent. Now, it's important that a gathering of this nature, like MEC Sambat has said, it's a gathering of the brains of the province. There is nobody higher than us of this forum. If repalel, it means all of us collectively, we are unable to take this province forward. We have brought the brains of the province, politically and administratively. And therefore, we are supposed to provide solutions, or at least attempt to provide solutions and not be magicians. Now, we can't come here and complain and cry, Selelo sa ga Rachel. We can't. We can't. It's unbecoming. We must identify a problem and provide a solution. And of all of us should say, now, this will work, and let's go for it. Now, we can't come here and speak as if there must be a Jesus Christ who must come from somewhere else, or an angel, Maria, or whatever. We can't. You are the best brains. We are dealing with a highly regulated environment of government. Local government is even worse. You are experts in that field. You must tell us what works, what doesn't work, within the prescripts of the law. We must be bold in taking decisions. We will never change the circumstances if you are not bold. If you are timid, you are cowards, you are afraid to shake the boat, you will not go anywhere. We'll be told, like we have been told, that 30 years has gone, nothing has changed. But we know for a fact that the Lord has changed. But I'm saying we are being judged today that nothing has happened in the past 30 years because we are unable to go to the real issues and change them. Let's use the available prescripts of the law and change the circumstances of our people. Let us be bold in whatever we are doing. I've heard a lot of suggestions from all of you, very brilliant suggestions, especially on how do we empower and develop our emerging SMMEs and so on. It's important that we must get into that terrain. And earlier on when we opened this Lekgotla, I spoke about the marginalized. We must be bold to go into those areas. So I'm saying nobody will help us. We are supposed to help ourselves. But the reality is that rebusa kanako ya metlha e thata. That's the reality. We are in the middle of a financial year, approved APPs, budget cuts, but the demands are high. So with the little that we have, we must do miracles. So, ke metlha e thata e bagaetsho. E le kantumelo ya monna le mosadi. Gore gate le nkutlwang batho ba modimo. Ke direng, but it's because you are available. You were appointed because we say, I'm available 24/7 as an HOD. I'm there. I'm a multitasking person. I can work 24 hours. When we phone you, we can't get hold of you. You are not there. Your mayor cannot account, where are you? You're supposed to be here. You don't go to the war rooms. You come here at 12 o'clock, the meeting started at 9. And at 2 you leave.
Yeah.
So it means you are too busy for us. Or something else. Then if you cannot help us, then we don't need you. You can't be a mayor and you come to a meeting or 2 days on the last day with no apology. Or you come at 12 o'clock, the next day you are not there. Sinkilin nabusila kaka senwa moro. Sinkilin nabusila kaka senwa moro. Le rata di pex etsa maemo a martiro a teng ga le rate. Ga o kgone go tsoga ka 6 for an 8 o'clock meeting because when I was in so robetse since o bua le badimo. You can't. When we say the meeting starts at 8, you must be at 8 because you wanted to be a mayor. To be a mayor or to be an MEC. All the work that goes with the MEC responsibility, you always have excuses not to do them. Marakwedi hela you receive 90,000 MEC. Aboitsega. Sisi Musa. Now I'm saying, colleagues, are taking our responsibilities very seriously. I just wanted to make that point. But let me go to the 6 points that I raised earlier on before I do the concluding. We had Lekgotla in 2024. We had quick win solutions that we proposed. And those quick win solutions were even taken to EXCO. EXCO, the highest level of government, approved at that level. Today we are being told that only 18% have succeeded. It can't be. We are then being told that others are in progress. We are in another financial year. They are still in progress. We've got others which are or have not even started. But they were meant for the 4 months. Then it means that commitment of doing faster, better is not there. There is no spirit of acceleration. We just behave as is business as usual. So what are we still relevant to call them quick wins? They were supposed to happen before the May election. January, February, March, April, May. We are now in October. Still in progress. Not happened. I can tell you, even next year, in a new financial year, we'll still be talking this English. Still in progress. In the pipeline. Ons weet nie hoe lank is die pyp. For this pyp gaan net oor. We are not going to behave like that. I want to make a view that says, let's have 2 templates. Template number 1, it's resolutions that were taken in the last Lekgotla. Club them into clusters and say this one has been done, this one has been done, this one has not been done for the following reasons, and this is the mitigation. And that has to be done by a team, like we agreed from the chair, of a technical team of HODs and municipal managers. At least municipal managers of district, if it's too big. You go and clean the presentations that were made today, but categorically indicate resolutions that were done and those which were not done, and what are the reasons and what is the way forward. You then go to the quick win that we wanted to do in 4 months and tell us of the 4 months quick wins that we spoke about and say, this is what has been achieved. Because now already we are in a new financial year. We can never have a quick win in 25-26 financial year. It's no more a quick win. I think it's something else. It's a delayed win. We cannot come here and still be told that we are talking about quick wins 7-8 months after the election, when those things were meant for election. So let's forget, they will not happen. It's very clear. But at least let's confine ourselves in the current financial year, at least minimum. Those that have been done, let's clear them. Those that are still in progress, and they must happen within the current financial year. We'll still be tolerant to such in progress. But anything that goes to 28, 29, 30, I'm not sure what we call it. We can't define it anymore as a quick win. It should be something else. So EXCO, Lekgotla, that is going to come, must not be, told of any quick win which is not at an early stage or whatever, or has not happened. So I think we should agree on that one. Government works on a cycle, plain cycle. So it's either it's a 5-year or a 3-year or a 1-year plan. So let's work on that. At least our term is 5 years. If we plan within our term of responsibility, and we plan for purpose of outer years, for projects, that would make sense to me. But if you speak about a project that will never happen within the coming term of our office, then it's something else. So we should speak about things which were said by MEC Tlhapi. Do we have resources for what we are saying we are going to do? Let us not say things which are ideal or we are just dreaming in a daylight. It's just a wish list. Mayor of Dr. RSM came, presented projects there. He says, these projects, we don't know where we locate them. We don't know where they come from. We don't have the owner, the location, the money. But it's us who deposited in a particular Lekgotla. So it was a wish list. So let us not work on wish. So it's one thing that I wanted to emphasize. And I think the team that I spoke about will concentrate on that, so that we have a clean document, timelines. Because when you speak about in progress, you give us the timeline. And the timeline, I'm saying, it must be within the financial year, 2024, 2025, not beyond that. Or if you plan within the 3-year or the 5-year, clear indication when is this project going to take place. The other issue is the revenue collection. It's very clear that we pre-plan revenue, and we even embed the revenue pre-plan, not yet collected, as part of allocation. So it's somebody who says, I'm going to do a grocery month end of 20 rand, but I've got 5 cents. You draw an item of a 20 rand budget for grocery. You go to ShopRite, Maronale 5 cents. Obore, I had intended to raise the difference between 5 cents and 20 rand by getting money from Makwelani and getting money from the tenants, my brother-in-law, they will give me 5 rand, 2 rand, 3 rand. That expectation will give me 20 rand. And month end, we are going to ShopRite to buy grocery. That's what you are doing. But you don't do the necessary efforts for the tenant to pay you, Makwelani to give you money, your son-in-law, your brother-in-law. You don't do effort to get that money. So where is this money going to come from? So there is something wrong in our revenue strategy, or on how are we going to generate revenue as provincial government, even as our local government. So we need to do something drastic. So we need to put some form of desperate measures, drastic measures on our recovery of revenue. So I'm saying it's another thing that I've observed, which in my view, it's important that this budget and this constrained budget, let us help it to ensure that we successfully get it right. The issue of the electricity prepaid meters. We will not allow the situation to go the way it appears it's going. Let's agree that we are going to do a team of dedicated officials. From the Premier's office, from Cockstar, Marupi. We'll then have EXCO and SALGA. What we must do, we should be able to collate data of the current circumstances per municipality. We are told here Mamusa and Matosani seems to be the challenge, and we are at 64%. We are left with 1 month, 2 weeks. So we must treat this like a project, have a project plan, have activities that speaks to reacting to every municipality circumstances. Like in Matosani, where we are told of gangsters, Zamazamas and so, we then create space for even law enforcement in our strategy to attack this problem. So that by the time we get to the 1 month, 2 weeks, we are better placed to report success of this project. So from the office, Remo Khumutsi will coordinate from tomorrow. And all municipalities who are supposed to be involved must dedicate either official and MMC or whoever responsible to ensure that this project becomes a success. And I also implore on EXCO to ensure that as we go towards the deadline, can you accelerate your communication? Can you have a promo? Normally we have a promo that says 2 days left, 1 month left, 3 weeks left, like we normally do. Let's also do community outreach. But this team must also develop that, because you're going to be part of it with municipalities. Whether we can have a dedicated people who will go house to house and deal with that situation. I know there are also houses that you spoke about which are unaccounted because you don't know where they're getting electricity. So we also have that project as a separate one from the ones that are still to be attended. The issue of the private sector, I think we should agree that it has been emphasized in this meeting. It's clear that the government will not succeed alone. In particular, our mining sector. Our mining sector has been identified, and we believe that it's important that we must go that route. We agreed in the Premier's office that we are going to galvanize and coordinate all the mining houses in the province. And we are also speaking to presidency, and they are going to assist because they also have the convening power to convene all these mining houses. So that thing is on the card. We believe that they are just getting scot-free in this province. So it's something that we have worked on. The issue of the Midval, I'm happy Reddy Coco is here. I thank you Reddy Coco also that yes, Mokgosi. Thank you very much for your presence and attendance. I think it has come very loud and clear that we have an entity in the province, Midval, which has an abundance of water. And what you are allocating as it stands now, from the reports we got, is about 1/4. And we believe that the people of this province, they don't have water. And what is coming out, it says, your capacity can go as far as Dr. RSM can go as far as Ngaka Mudiri Molem. And it also says, you may also even help Botterville, proximity of some of the areas of the Free State. So we can't have a resource of that nature and we sit and we are not utilizing. The commissions are saying, like we have started with discussions, Honestly, as early as tomorrow, we must sit down, look at how are we going to use Medval to get into the space of ensuring that we deal with this issue of scarcity of water. So I believe that from where you are sitting as an entity, that thing needs to be attended as a matter of urgency. We should agree, colleagues, that the issue of the SEZ, it's not negotiable. I suppose we're the only province, if I'm not wrong, that does not have a license. And your assertion that we must approach it on a multi-site approach, I agree with it. I had discussions with Minister Paxton. We are at an advanced stage, and I believe that we are almost there. I think we need to accelerate our engagement at an administrative level to ensure that the issue of the license for our SEZ comes to realization. But also it's important, colleagues, that this issue of community stopping projects, as earlier indicated, in particular the one of Lekgotla, I think is the one that came sharply in this meeting. We should safely agree in this Lekgotla that besides the proliferation of where people stop projects and so on, as a principle, that it's important that we need to engage all those people who are stopping projects. It's not that we don't know who are stopping projects. We know them, we should formally engage them, but at some point, discussions must not go and frustrate communities in terms of them having services. At some point, discussions must stop and serious repercussions must happen in terms of where people are doing criminality. So that if criminality must be treated with criminality, community engagement on issues that they are raised, which are sound, we should listen to our own communities. And I think that's something, but I think Lekgotla from the Office of the Premier will come in with the Department of Tourism nationally and in the province and seriously bring everybody back to the table to ensure that we get into that space. So those are the issues that I wanted to talk about. MEC Sambata spoke about issues that people refer to on traditional affairs, because that borders on reconfiguration of government. And I believe that reconfiguration of government is something that must be well thought and well processed, should not be on pockets and isolated issues. The last observation is around the SIU and Public Service Commission reports. I think we should agree that as Lekgotla, in reinforcing ethical behavior that we spoke about earlier on in the public service, there must be consequence management. We can't have reports lying all over the place. We can't have investigations reports lying all over and we are not taking action and there are no consequence management. I think it's something that we need really to work on. I think Lekgotla must agree on the approach of planning. Issues related to, we go to a community, we've got a block project, housing. You come with another project in the same village, a new project, but on a block project. Or another housing project, or a project, the services. I think we need to go back and do a proper planning and identify all block projects. And I think the 6th administration did very well at some point before their budget was cut, as in particular human settlement, where they were attacking the all block projects in the province. So it's important that we go there, we do an audit, we look at what is the issue. Part of our planning going forward is to normalize where there is no services, we plan for services, or we reorientate the budget as it stands. But I believe that we have an opportunity time now to plan properly for 25-26. So I believe that with those few words I wanted to say, it's important that I make these concluding remarks, but I make this observation. Skills. Let me just remind you. Most of the time as we speak, we repeat what was said in the premier's opening of the provincial legislature. We repeat it and it's pronounced already, it's policy. You want us again here to pronounce it again. We have Lekgotla resolutions on some of the issues that you are saying today. We must also talk about and pronounce. So that audit of what we resolved and what has to be done must be audited, so that every time we must not say, let's take decision on, because it's there. What is important is implementation and progress. Let me just remind you what we have pronounced as government from the 6th administration. Mining and engineering faculty will be in Rustenburg. It's known, we have said that. There is no need to talk now, let's open what, as if we don't know, in Rustenburg. We said a medical school faculty must be in Matlosana. It's known. There are processes unfolding for that exercise. It's known. We are in interaction with the national ministry. Others, the Minister of Mineral Energy has agreed. The Minister of Health has pronounced, and so on. It's there. It's known. We have said pharmacy faculty must be in Dr. RSM in Naledi. That thing, that faculty for studies for pharmacy will happen in Dr. RSM. We said it. We also said veterinary school will be in Mahike. It's said by the 6th administration. It was pronounced. I was just reminding you that than waking. To just oppose la trauma. But also, let me say we have come to the end of our Lekgotla, which records our compliance to the mandatory planning cycle of government to plan together in an intergovernmental manner, inclusive with other social partners from labor, business, and civil society. Colleagues, the Northwest is on fire. Young people are hungry, they are unemployed, and many households are falling deep into the crisis of high cost of living. During the drafting of the Provincial Growth and Development Strategy drafting process, we procured the services for economic modeling. So we are already at an advanced stage. This expertise will be utilized for all future plans and resolutions coming out of our planning meeting to achieve outcomes in line with our medium-term development plan. We can no longer call this business as usual. We have lost the luxury for trial and error policy experimentation. Our decision has real implications for the 4 million people of the Northwest Province. In the coming weeks, the province will table the provincial adjustment budget, during which some of the ideas coming from this Lekgotla could be prioritized for funding and implementation. The adjustment budget does not create a parallel funding process outside the existing fiscal framework. Equally, the fiscal framework runs the risk of being an irrelevant technical process disconnected to the development needs of our country and province. The Northwest should not back off from the debate about the review of the equitable share formula. We commend SALGA for the research work done on the funding needs of the sector, and we believe our positions are aligned, and therefore we should not be competing for our positions for a review for equitable share and the SALGA position. I wish to deposit the following ideas for inclusion into the final document and referral to the technical committee for further refinement. 1, prioritizing establishment of a fresh produce market in Ngaka Mudiri Molema and Dr. Ruth Sukhumutsi Mumpati. I'm passionate about that. Establishment of a cooperative for each of our important sectoral focus area of military veterans, women, youth, and people with disability. Government must assist our people deliberately to have cooperatives targeted for this exercise. Relevant department must do that. We welcome the information for funding of the agri-parks by the Agriculture and Land Reform Department. The Provincial DART should package this for EXCO tabling so that the project could be launched as soon as possible, MEC Sambat. Executive mayors and mayors, I just want to be correct politically. Executive mayors and mayors, you may have seen in the past 3 weeks that the province has adopted an integrated recruitment program that has got the province buzzing with excitement. We wish to persuade you to follow this practice, either to join the province and integrate all adverts for each municipality in your districts. There is no better DDM like that one as a model. Colleagues, EXCO is completing internal processes for the establishment of a provincial growth fund, which will serve as a developmental endowment fund for the Northwest to attract funding for development from all sectors. We will bring this to the Provincial Coordinating Council and hope SALGA will support this initiative and encourage municipalities to make deposits into the fund, which will be administered by Provincial Treasury and managed by the Office of the Premier with a representative governing council of donor institutions. The fund will be subjected to auditing by the Auditor General in line with good governance requirements. Lastly, we are also humbled by the level of commitment displayed by all delegates in this Lekgotla. This is the kind of leadership we need to take forward the agenda of developing our province and turn the tide against the triple challenges of unemployment, poverty, and income inequalities. Since this is our first Lekgotla for the current electoral term, I wish to implore all of us during this administration to be remembered as a cohort whom, against all odds, changed the fortunes of our province. I equally want to urge our executive mayors and mayors to equally join this team to realize the targets we have crafted during this Lekgotla. Once again, thank you very much. Our best wishes for the remainder of the year. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Premier. I thought it is important for us to inform you that lunch is ready to be served. Let's make sure that we make use of that lunch. Otherwise, wasteful expenditure, Premier. Thank you very much.